Director General Tang, Excellencies, friends, I'm delighted to be with you today to commemorate the launch of the 2024 Global Innovation Index launch. For the first time in 8 years, Barbados is included in this important index, which serves to identify the progress that countries have made in creating a culture of innovation. It highlights the levers that must be pulled to further transform the country, and it allows us to measure what matters. My friends, as a global family, we have launched the Pact for the Future of the United Nations Summit of the Future. It is a recognition of the need for global transformation and true commitment to multilateral cooperation. It is our shared and renewed path to meeting the SDGs and to embracing the actions needed to confront the challenges before us. We must consciously work together to find these shared solutions to our common problems. We are indeed, yes, at an inflection point. As a small island developing state on the front lines of the climate crisis, and incredibly sensitive to the impact of geopolitical and economic shocks, we in Barbados and in the wider global majority are by our very nature innovative. One has to innovate in the face of challenges that may seem insurmountable. One has to be creative to exist within a world order that sometimes forgoes the agency of all. One has always to be on a journey of constant improvement if we are to be competitive and to create opportunities for our people, especially our young people. The last few years, yes, have been challenging for all of us, but even more so for small states like my own country, Barbados. A global pandemic, the ever-increasingly devastating impact of the climate crisis, the supply chain disruptions, all of these are elements that we have been dealing with in the last few years. We've learned that resilience and adaptability have to be our calling cards, and that behind that, a culture and a spirit of innovation is required. Central to delivering on the global goals, the Pact for the Future, or indeed our development promise, is that we must bridge the digital divide. In a world where technology, artificial intelligence, and digitalization offer opportunities to narrow disparities, to confront the climate crisis, and to turbocharge growth, we need the tools and the resources that will ensure that all of us can benefit. Underlying much of this is investment in innovation. In Barbados, we are committed to building the kind of education, business, and investment ecosystem that will make the small size of our land space almost irrelevant, that will make our geography irrelevant. Indeed, as we invest in our people, our potential for transformative growth becomes endless. One of the most important areas for us has always been education. As a nation with limited natural resources, our people have been our wealth, simply put. They are a key factor in our development. Our journey towards educational transformation has always begun with access. And in each generation, we have to reset and see whether we are equal to the times with respect to the structure and purpose of our educational system. Access to new technologies, to more STEAM, especially for women and girls, and to greater financial and digital literacy that creates, my friends, yes, a culture of entrepreneurship. For economic enfranchisement of our people matters. The pandemic equally has taught us many lessons. One of the fundamental learnings was that businesses and communities with access to appropriate technology and digital skills were able to survive the great lockdown far better than those who didn't have. Business development must be premised on the integration and incorporation of the use of new technology and digital accessibility. This is also why the Global Digital Compact, one of the pillars of the Pact for the Future, must be properly resourced and implemented. In our country, we can see this merging of education and the digitalization of business processes and skills. This will happen at the same time with the local development of software, the creation of digital programs and platforms that are critical in order to meet the needs of users and to facilitate a marked growth in technological innovation. A crucial component of this innovation is leveraging the power of intellectual property. We must continue to move beyond copyright and patents and see the benefits of using IP to generate business opportunities and to grow and expand existing enterprises. This is also why we are being so intentional with crafting an enabling tax and a policy framework to position the island as a global hub for research and development. The 50% tax credits on investment in AI, the blue economy, and on research and development in health are just some of the areas that we are developing to attract innovation investment to the island. The tax rate for patent boxes at 4.5% is also an attractive incentive to be able to encourage persons to do the research on island and to be able to benefit extensively both from our domestic taxation but with the network of treaties that we have with other countries. We aim to be a hub for inventors, for thinkers, yes, even for dreamers, who want to create and do research and who want to be able to add value to the global public goods that are so necessary to keep this world stable and to give every human being that ultimate chance. We believe that these are absolutely essential, especially as we confront the climate crisis, and especially as we look at the development of all kinds of new pathogens that may have a negative impact on our healthcare systems and on the health of our individuals, especially as we need to foster climate-smart agriculture, especially as we participate in the orange and blue economies. To do all of this effectively, we need a concerted system of evaluating our progress. This is why we are so pleased to make our re-entry into the Global Innovation Index. The GII is an invaluable tool to help countries assess and analyze their level of innovation and to inform future policy. This is in essence an investment tool that will help us to track, improve, consult, and pivot where needed. My hope is that tools like the GII, coupled with intervention tools such as Bridgetown Initiative 3.0, will speak in tandem to the need for appropriate resources and access to allow all countries and peoples the opportunities to adapt, invest, and innovate. It is only through this mix of intentional policies, secure financing, and multi-stakeholder partnerships that we stand a chance of not just surviving as a country, but indeed as thriving. I thank you.